Hello my friends, this is Lionel Anderson here with you guys with a brand new YouTube BitChute video. In today's video, we got a massive warning for everyone when it comes to this Iran war situation. My friends, a cyber attack is imminent on the United States, and Canada may be affected as well, and who knows, maybe other places in the world too. Alright? And this isn't just coming from old Lionel. This is coming from the United States government, the Canadian government, and bankers such as Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan. Okay? So we're going to be looking at some clips showing you the warnings that are being put out and what you can do to prepare and even thrive in the coming system. Alright? So let's just get into it. Before we do, I'm just going to encourage you guys to hit that subscribe button. As I say, subscribe to survive, and smash the like button as it helps me out with the algorithms. Now let's just get right into it. So, as I said, there are warnings coming out within the government and now being pushed through the mainstream media news about possible cyber attacks coming from Iran. So I wanted to show you pretty much what's being put out there in the mainstream. Take a look.
Ravi, following those American and Israeli strikes in Iran, federal and local law enforcement nationwide are on high alert with two main areas of focus. Soft civilian targets here in the U.S. favored by lone wolf attackers or those influenced by terrorist organizations, and the concern of a repeat cyber attack on critical U.S. infrastructure.
I think that we can expect Iran to engage in four types of hacks that they've done before. Number one, go after our banking system. Number two, hack the systems that underpin our oil supply. Number three, our critical infrastructure like water. And finally, mis and disinformation for our elections. They've done all these types of hacks in the past, and I think we can expect more like them in the future.
Jake Braun is a former senior counselor to the Secretary of Homeland Security, now head of the Cyber Policy Initiative at University of Chicago. Braun telling the I-Team one of his first events for the White House was traveling to Pittsburgh after Iranians hacked a water treatment facility in 2023.
Our critical infrastructure is quite vulnerable. They look for outdated systems that haven't been patched. They're weak spots.
We've already seen what Iran's cyber capabilities can accomplish, a country known for its ability to sow chaos with a few strokes on a keyboard. After Operation Midnight Hammer last year, designed to obliterate Iranian nuclear capabilities, Tehran-backed hackers targeted U.S. banks, defense contractors, and oil companies.
They have new AI weapons. So the investment for the secure infrastructure, there's no finish.
Jake Cho is a professor of cybersecurity at Lewis University. He says our deep reliance on networked systems for vital industries like telecommunications, water, and power creates efficiency, but
any vulnerability in software or firmware in any type of hardware, of course, it can lead additional vulnerability.
Braun says if they're not, businesses should be on high alert. In Springfield, the I-Team has seen firsthand the statewide Terrorism and Intelligence Center, also known as STIC, 24/7, analyzing threats, claims of bombs in public places, and the ongoing risk from foreign terror groups of domestic lone wolf strikes.
Iran and its allies have a long history of radicalizing individuals across the world, whether they be in the U.S. or Europe or elsewhere, and encouraging them to take violent action against soft targets.
Now, STIC does not have any specific information that any individuals, groups, or sites in Illinois are being targeted for possible attacks. Braun going on to say the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency is relaunching its Shields Up campaign, asking individuals and corporations to be hyper-vigilant as this war with Iran unfolds.
Yeah, back to that mindset. That was something that we did a lot of in the early 2000s, and back to that a little bit now.
Absolutely. High alert for sure, especially for businesses and those soft targets.
Yes. Okay, Mark, thank you.
All right, so there you guys have it. So that's coming out everywhere. We got news articles too. If you just look up cyber attack coming from all over the place here, as you can see. And even the Canadian government as well. I read an article about Canadians are being warned because you see Canada shares the same infrastructure than the American grid, right? So if an attack were to happen on the American grid, power grid, then that could affect Canada as well. All right? So what can we expect here? What kind of cyber attack will take place when they go forward with this? Well, my friends, as I've been telling you guys, everything that's happening right now, all this chaos that's playing out on the world stage, it's all to do with the Great Matrix Reset agenda and the financial reset, okay? They want to switch to the new system, the new digital system. How are they going to do that? They got to tear down the old system. So what better way to do that than an attack on the banking system? Well, my friends, JP Morgan, CEO, I believe, Jamie Dimon, just put out a warning about cyber attacks in response to this whole Iran war. So I'm going to show you a clip of him, and also Dabu77, I believe his YouTube is. Very good guy. Subscribe to him. I'll leave a link down below. He'll say a few words on it as well. Take a look.
You got to expect there'll be cyber attacks or terrorist attacks either here around the world. Banks may be targets, so may plenty of other people, and we always try to be prepared for that. We never try to predict when, why, where. We spend a lot of money protecting ourselves for cyber. We think it's part of our job. But I've always said I would consider that one of the highest risk banks bear, not just the cycle, cyber.
I want to make sure all of you heard that clearly. Jamie Dimon just said that the banks should expect cyber attacks, even terrorist attacks, blowback from this whole Iran thing. I wouldn't have your money in the banks. I wouldn't have it tied up in a 401k. I wouldn't have it anywhere they can hold it hostage. It's obvious a huge event is about to happen. As I speak, we have the market plunging, the Dow falling over 1,000 points today. Oil, gas, all surging. Other things dumping out, like gold, silver. That would be the time to buy the pullback. But right now, there's a huge economic warning out there going down as the stock market is pulling back big time. So follow me on X for the updates. We've got also an 11:45 emergency announcement by the Fed today. Because of the market, this is going to be really interesting to see what goes down from here.
All right, so there you guys go. So, as you could see, what better way for the elites to crush this system? You see, what's going to happen here is Iran is, they're all saying, according to the reports, what I've been following along with, is that Iran is clearly losing the war so far. They're getting their asses handed to them because, they're up against the United States, Israel, and, the strongest army in the world, the United States, right? So far, China and Russia haven't really stepped in too much for Iran, right? Or at all. So what's Iran going to do? What's the last thing left that they could do to defend themselves? Well, we know they've shut down the Strait of Hormuz, which is going to affect the financial markets big time. That in itself is a weapon that's going to further crash the economy. Okay, it's already sending oil prices up, and if this keeps going on for weeks and there's disruptions with the Strait of Hormuz, well, that's going to really affect the economy. So that is a weapon that Iran has. But another thing they can do is cyber attacks, because they have the capability to do that. And also China as well, because China and Iran are allies, okay? And all this stuff is affecting China too. All right? Because China gets some of their oil from Iran. And now they're being forced to get more expensive oil from other places. So China's not happy about it. We know China has an advanced cyber team, as does Iran. So, Trump and all that and his team trying to make it seem like, oh, we're going to obliterate them. This is great for the world. They stand no chance. They want people to get on board with things, right? And be like, oh, yeah, we're saving the people who are being oppressed in Iran and stuff. But in reality, Trump and his team does not care about the people of Iran being enslaved, okay? They could care less. Government does not care about you, okay? So, what's going to happen? Well, like I said, behind the scenes, they're all buddies, okay? This is all just a big show. Unfortunately, in this show, many people are dying because that's what they do in war. It's all to harvest our loosh, our energy, right? Well, a point's going to come, and I don't know when. It could be tomorrow for all we know. It could be today. It could be in a week from now. It could be in a month from now. Maybe 2 months from now. Anytime this could happen. Iran, once they appear to be getting desperate, right? They're going to do the cyber attack card, possibly with help from China, because all these things are affecting China too. And I'm thinking they're going to go after the banking. All right? Like, I'm not sure if it's going to be a whole cyber attack where the lights are going to go off, blackout. I'm not sure they have to do that, my friends. Be prepared just in case, because it's a possibility. But I think the most likely scenario is shutting down the banks, shutting down other critical infrastructure throughout the United States. Canada will likely be affected as well. That's why we're being warned by the government here too. And yeah, if you got all your money in the bank, it's very possible you might lose it all. Okay? Or at the very least won't have access to things for a long time. But I think their plan is to really just make sure it all goes away. You know, your life savings gone like that due to a hack. Imagine that, eh? People will be losing their minds. There'll be mass panic. The entire economy will finally be finished off. That combined with the Strait of Hormuz stuff, the United States almost being $40 trillion in debt. Already you see how bad inflation is. Well, with all this war stuff, just expect prices to go up even more. And then an attack on the banking system? Forget about it. It's done. Fiat money system, gone. But don't be surprised. I've been telling you guys this, right? Because every single war always goes back to being a banker's war, right? World War II, World War I, going back hundreds of years. We see that major wars have been used to reset things and bring in new currencies. We know that already behind the scenes, they've been implementing the new financial system. Everything's in motion. Laws are already being passed, okay? To introduce stable coins in the United States of America for the digital dollar. And other countries, Europe is about to go live with their CBDC. Canada's talking about CBDC. All over the world, some places there already is CBDCs, okay? So everything is in motion. The Clarity Act in the United States is about to get passed, giving regulations for crypto and everything. And what they're going to do is they're going to do this attack, and then they're going to say banks are no longer safe because it's the old technology. And now with these cyber attacks and stuff, it's no longer safe. People are going to lose all their money, right? Dollar is going to it's going to crash major. They're going to come in with the solution. The solution is the new digital system. And it's going to run off things like XRP, XLM, HBAR, and all these other crypto technologies. But that's not what the slave class will get, according to them. Slave class will get stable coins and CBDCs with a digital dollar. They'll be backed 1-to-1. But it'll be running on the rails of the XRP and the XLM and all those cryptos, okay? And crypto exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, Ripple, which it is an exchange, but Ripple is the mother company of XRP, which has just got its license to become a bank, okay? But you'll see all these crypto companies and crypto exchanges becoming the new banking system. And they're going to say the way the technology they have set up, it's going to be unhackable and it's going to be, much safer than the other system, okay? Which may even be true, okay? But here's the thing. Due to all this cyber attack stuff, you're going to need to have digital IDs in the future. I believe this is where it's going, because if you want to be online, period, not just to access your money, but just be online, period, they're going to say there's such a risk because of the whole cyber situation that just went on, that you're going to need to have a digital ID so that you can't do any funny business, right? Hacking and stuff like that. That's going to be the new internet. Also, they're going to need this system to differentiate a human from AI too. They're going to need digital IDs because there's so much AI crap going around and so many bots that they're going to need digital ID to confirm that you're a human as well. And of course, AI is being used a lot in these cyber attacks as well. So we know the whole digital ID agenda, and then eventually social credit scores. Universal basic income is coming due to AI taking over and all this crash that's going to be coming. People are going to be dependent, fully dependent on the government for their money. And this is what all this stuff that we're seeing play out on the world stage now, this is what it's all leading to, my friends. Okay? This new system, as I've been saying, is coming whether you like it or not. It's not going to be something as easy as just don't comply. It's not going to be that easy, because they're going to force this on us, because they're going to do this major false flag type event scenario, okay, and say it's China. Maybe it will be China, whatever. This is all, they're all on the same side, okay? It's all just a movie playing out. All right? And they're going to crash the system to the point people are going to lose everything. Everything. And they'll have no other choice. This will be the only option. Okay? So we may not like it, but this is just how it is. Okay? So the best thing you can do for yourself now is, first off, prepare in the short term, okay? Because this is going to be chaos when these things pop off, these cyber attacks. So first off, you want your essentials. You want food. You want water. You don't want to be one of these people, once shit hits the fan, then you're rushing to the grocery stores, and the grocery stores are all selling out of stuff, and you're waiting in long lines. No, why wait for shit to hit the fan? Do it now, if you haven't already. I know many of us have been doing it for years. Second of all, you're going to want to take some money out of your bank, all right? I just went to the bank yesterday and took out some cash, because if the systems go down for a period of time, you're going to want to, have cash on hand, because they might not be able to accept cards for a while, all right? So make sure you have some cash pulled out so you could buy things that you need if there's still stuff at the stores to buy, right? And in case of a blackout scenario, prep for that. Have flashlights, have candles, stuff to clean your hands with, brainstorm of all the things that you would need if you lost power and everything like that. And also, if you're on medications, you're going to want to stock up on medications and stuff, because a lot of people are on medications, and if they don't have access to their medications, let's say the grid goes down, they're going to go crazy from withdrawals from drugs. Like, people are going to go nuts when this happens, all right? Make sure you have everything you need. Some people depend on medication to survive. They could die from a health problem, that's another thing. So go over all the essentials, have what you need. But just know this, that things will come back online. Okay, I don't know how long these attacks will last for. Will it just be a few days, maybe a week? But it will be temporary. It'll be enough so that it disrupts and crashes the old system completely. But they're going to come back online because they need the internet, and they need all that for this new system we're going into. All right? So don't worry, don't panic, but just know there's a very high chance you're not going to be able to get your money out of the bank after this happens. There'll be bank runs. Like I said, a lot of people might lose their life savings if you're keeping it in there. So, not financial advice, of course, but my not financial advice, but my advice. Sorry. My awareness that I'm putting out and what I've been doing is transferring the cash dollars into the new digital system, into the rails of it, okay? And that is XRP, XLM, and HBAR, all right? Because right now, these cryptos are low. But once this switch happens, they're going to go up big time. All right? You can see XRP go from $1.30 to $1,000 easily, making millionaires overnight. And those who pivot now, instead of being forced onto the CBDC stablecoin system, which is just going to enslave you further, those who pivot now won't be dependent on universal basic income in the future. And obviously, if you start doing that, you want to move it into a cold wallet, into a physical wallet that you hold yourself, not on an exchange. Because yes, the government could seize it if it's on exchange, but you move it into your own wallet. That technology is made so that that's not even possible. Nobody can access it. Nobody could take it away. Nobody could turn it off. Okay? You become your own bank. And by doing that, moving your money out of the bank, which there's a good chance these cyber attacks will happen and you could lose everything, you move it into your own bank, into a crypto that's just going to skyrocket in the new financial system. Then you'll be operating on different rails in the CBDC and the stable coins. You'll be using what the elites are using, okay? And you'll have the funds to get yourself in a safer position, move over to the big cities, get a safe place to stay in, you know? Help others, help your family. Help other people, your friends, random people. People are going to need help. Only those who have the money will be able to do it in the future. Those who are going to be dependent on the UBI system, stablecoins, CBDCs, those will be the people being enslaved. Oh, you want that? You're going to have to take the you know what. All right, we've gone over this many times, but I'm just reiterating it for new people. But also, gold, silver, other hard assets, all good stuff to have as well, all right? But just know this is happening. And this provides, it's scary times. Yes, it'll enslave a lot of people, but it's also providing an opportunity for many people to set themselves financially free as well. But it requires people accept what's happening and then make those changes before it happens. And we're so close now, my friends. Obviously, as the old system dies, everything crashes, but out of the ashes comes the new system, all right? The new digital system and things like XRP and all that will skyrocket because that's what the new system is going to be based on. So it's all happening. Everything we've been talking about for the past year now, or years really, about cyber attack agendas, Klaus Schwab warning of these cyber attacks, all of it is happening right now. We're so close. We're seeing it play out in real time, so prepare. And thrive. Don't be a victim. Many people want to be victims here, thinking that there's nothing they can do and that the NWO is going to take over and that just we're screwed. But you don't have to be a victim. You could thrive in these times if you make the right decision. So I'm going to end today's video with a very good video from, I believe his name is Dick, from Future Forecasters. He's a remote viewer, okay? But he covers all this crypto stuff, and he answers some questions, some really good questions that people have about the new system that's coming. And his main message is don't be a victim. Thrive in these times, okay? So I really wanted you guys to hear what he has to say about the whole situation. All right, so my part of this video is done. Just wanted to thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to help support the channel, you could become a channel member, okay? Here on YouTube, you get exclusive videos you don't get anywhere else. The link is down below, or you could buy a supplement. Liver detox, my friends. Detox your liver. It's what detoxes everything in our body is the liver. And if your liver's not functioning healthy or functioning normally, then you're not going to be detoxing. So this has over 20 ingredients, and it's all designed to flush out the liver, boost your immune system, gives you energy, all right? One of the best things you could do. We got the colon cleanse as well. Helps flush things out. Obviously a great detoxifier, great for gut health. We'll do all those things as well. Immunity, boosting your energy levels, all that, all right? Check it out. Link is down below in the description. 15% off and free shipping in the United States. Great way to support your own health because, my friends, it's so important that we're at our peak health right now while we're going through this as well. And yeah, that's about it for my part of the video now. Now we'll let Dick from Future Forecasters take it away, all right? And I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel as well down below in the description. They got some interesting content showing what's coming with their remote viewing, okay? That's it, Lionel, signing off. You guys stay safe, okay? Because you know what? They want us in fear. Don't give it to them. Be optimistic, be prepared, and yeah, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but fear is not the solution. Lionel, signing off.
I'm going to call this one Thrive, Don't Be a Victim. Hi there, crypto fans. Hi there, remote viewing fans. My last segment, I was talking about the new system of administering humanity, administering all the commercial activity in the world that is going to be done via tokenized blockchain technology. And like it or not, this is what's coming. Every transaction that involves human beings, that involves artwork, real estate, finance, and everything, every commercial activity is going to be tokenized and it's going to be conducted on the blockchain. And the blockchain will transact everything, it will track everything, it will tax it at the point of the transaction. It'll all be monitored, it'll even be predicted. And people hear that and they say, oh, no, that's the evil ones trying to control us. So I'm going to talk about that. Humanity moves forward and technology advances. That's part of the way the world works here on this planet Earth. Humanity is always going to advance and technology is going to move forward. And the next advances in technology are going to be fantastic. We're going to have AI, we're going to have 3D printing, smart factories, robotics, and everything monitored and conducted via blockchain technology. It's going to be quite fantastic. So whenever I say that, there are three types of comments. I group them into three types. The first subset is it's the evildoers, it's the control grid, resist, you're selling your soul. And then there are the people that say, well, what good are your cryptos going to do when the electric grid fails? When the internet goes down, your cryptos are going to be worthless. And then the third set of people ask me, which cryptos? So I'm going to answer all of them right now. First one, this is designed by the evil ones who have usurped humanity's real purpose. And my answer to that is, don't be a victim. You're in a system that you didn't create, that you don't run this system, and most people have absolutely no understanding who runs it and how. I've been given some glimpses into that because of my remote viewing. I was brought on board to a few things. But here's the bottom line. This is a system that's been here since humanity came to be on this planet. You have no control over it. What control you have is over how you conduct your own life, how you can learn how this system works and then learn to thrive in it. And if you thrive, you can have a wonderful life. I'm having an exciting, wonderful, interesting, it's a fun life. This is great. I'm having a great time. And you should too. So don't be a victim. Learn about the system and then thrive. And we talk about this more at ffgrv.com. We give you good information, not financial advice. Okay, for those who say, well, when the grid goes down, your cryptos will be worthless. If the grid, the grid will go down if the controllers decide that it will further goals, if there's an outcome they want that will be served and facilitated by the grid going down, then they'll have the grid go down for a while, and you won't be able to control that. And if the internet and the grid go down for an extended period of time, that will be the end of our civilization. And we are coming to the end of this civilization. I dropped my silver. We're coming to the end of this civilization, but we're entering a new one that's going to be fantastic with amazing technology, and it will require the internet, so the internet will be there. I've had wallets I've had my computer go offline. I've lost power, and for a time my wallet was down. I had a wallet where I was doing a transaction, and the wallet unplugged and fried itself. And so what I did was I got at the seed words. I got a new wallet, and I connected to the internet, and I recreated it. All the cryptos are on hard drives that are double, triple backed up, and if the power goes down, once they get the power back up, they'll power the computers back up, and the blockchain will still be there. It's immutable, and you'll be able to retrieve your cryptos. As I said, I like silver. I'm not going to badmouth silver because that's a stack of silver, so technically I'm a silver stacker. Here it is right there. So let's say that I had $2 million worth of silver. $2 million at today's price would be about 1,300 pounds. So you're sitting there in your house and you got a half a ton of silver. I'm a multimillionaire and the internet goes down. What are you going to do with the silver? You're not going to, you won't be able to contact the silver broker. You're going to have to put your half ton of silver in your little red wagon and walk around your neighborhood and try to find somebody that's going to give you $2 million for the silver, and there will be no one doing $2 million transactions in your neighborhood. There will be people trying to rob you of everything you have, and you'll have to have armed friends just to survive. So yeah, and this gets back to the people who say this is the control grid, this is the evil ones. If you believe that, then you're not going to take part in our society, because our society now requires an ID, a digital ID. It requires any number of entry points into the system where you have to be validated and KYC, know your customer. There's a whole grid that's already there. You're already in it. So unless you move to Idaho and grow your own food and chop your own wood and be your own doctor, and then somebody kills a deer and you say, give me some deer jerky, here, I'll give you this silver. Like you could, yeah, good luck if you want to do that. I don't think I could. Okay, and the last subset of comments is which cryptos? Which cryptos? Okay, I like Bitcoin. I really like Ethereum, since I'm at Ethereum Place, so still have some Ethereum. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, ISO 222. HBAR, that's going to be over the horizon, future blockchain, Hashgraph, rather. Theta and Theta Fuel, still have it. Wrote it up, wrote it down. I'm a little worried about Theta, to be frank with you. Sui, Cardano, excuse me, Solana, Litecoin, Deep, Ondo, Energy Web, Chainlink, Shiba Inu, another one I'm a little worried about, but I got some Shiba Inu, and Digibyte. There's a few others, but those are the ones. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, HBAR, Theta, Sui, Cardano, Solana, Litecoin, Deep, Ondo, Energy Web, Chainlink, Shiba Inu, Digibyte. Thrive in the new system. Don't be a victim. Don't get this victim. Oh, the evil ones are controlling us. I'm not going to get a digital ID. You've already got a digital ID. Okay, that's enough ranting. Thrive. See you later. Bye-bye.